In the next 10 minutes, we're going to create a custom header using the Elementor Header, Footer, and Blocks plugin. So get signed into your WordPress dashboard and let's get going. Today our goal is to create a custom header for the website that I'm building. And I've already installed under plugins the Elementor Header, Footer, and Blocks plugin. It actually appears under Appearance as part of headers, and you can see there's a header here, but the one I want says Header, Footer, and Blocks, and I'm going to click on that. And that's going to give me the opportunity to create a custom header for my website. Now you notice there's no header listed here because I haven't done any yet. I'm going to go right up here to Add New, and I'm going to give this header a title. We're just going to call this Main Header. And I want to edit it with Elementor, so I'm going to click Edit with Elementor. Now if you remember last time we edited a page, or at least started our home page, and we used Elementor, remember this time we're not doing a page, we're actually doing the header that's going to go at the top of each page. But what you'll notice is that with the exception of there being no header up here, this looks the same as far as how we're going to create that header. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to add new section. So I'm going to add an Elementor section, and I'm going to do a 3-column section, and I'll try to explain why I'm doing that right now. In my header, I'm going to put 3 things ultimately. I'm going to put my brand and logo right here. I'm going to put social media icons here, and over on the right I'm going to put my main navigation menu once I have multiple pages. So today I'm going to try to just create the basic look of the header, and I'm going to get the colors set, and I'm going to put the logo in, and then I'll have something to look at that should appear at the top of my pages as I create them in the future. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Now first of all, I want my header to be the full width of the page. I don't want it to leave space on the sides. So I click full width over on the left under layout. You'll notice that I'm editing my section. I can tell that because the section is highlighted with the blue line. And whenever I'm doing something else, like if I go over this, I would be ready to edit the column. If I click there, I could edit it. So I'm editing the section. You'll see some common elements in Elementor each time. There will be things about the layout of that section, the style, which will be things like the fonts and the colors and all of that stuff, and then some advanced settings like backgrounds and background colors and margins and padding and some other stuff like that we'll talk about. So all I've really changed at this point was to make my section full width. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and insert my logo right here in this left column. So I'm going to go to the 9 dots up here, which represents the menu, and I want to insert an image. I'm going to go right here and insert an image, and it doesn't really matter about sizing now. I'm going to go to the left, see how it says Content, Style, Advanced. You know, the other one was Layout, I think, but it's all a whole lot the same things. You'll find the same things in the same places. I'm going to choose my image. Now, my media library only has the favicon icon that I put in earlier to use when I was doing customizing. So I need to upload the file. So I click Upload Files, and I'm going to select my file. And I actually created a logo right here called Header Logo 2400 by 800. That's the dimensions, so I can remember what size it is. I did that with Photoshop. My actual logo was created by someone using Fiverr.com, and in fact I'll put a link to Fiverr.com down below. And again, it's if you click on that, then it helps me out for my website. I'll get paid, and you'll be able to go to Fiverr, but it's a great source for creating logos at a very, very cheap price, and I've had a number of those done with Fiverr. I use them quite often for that. So I'm going to click on this one, Open, And you notice it is uploading it now to the media library of my WordPress site. And now it's uploaded. You see the check mark there. That tells me if I insert media, that's what's going to be inserted. And you can see that the logo has been inserted into place. Now, one thing I like to do is I would like to have my header right now have at least some kind of background to it, color-wise. I'm not going to just leave it white. One thing I really like is I have a little tool that I got up here that is part of my bar, and basically I can pick a color from the web page with that tool, and you can find that by just doing eyedropper tool, looking for it. And I go point to this, and that's the color that's the background behind the word websites. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. So when I click that, right up here, this first box is the color code. So I'm going to copy that. I just did Control C. And then what I want to do is I want to try to make the background some lighter shade of that color, because if I pick that color and then do a lighter shade, it tends to blend in much better. So I'm going to go back to, notice I'm clicking on the buttons for the section. I don't want to edit the image. I want to do this whole section right now. So I'm going all the way over here to Style. And one of the first things in the Style menu is called Background. So what I can do with this is I can go Background Type, and I'm going to do Normal and Classic, which just gives me a chance to give it a color. Notice right now the color is transparent, meaning whatever the background color is for the whole page, that's what color is going to show through. I'm going to give it this color, so I'm going to go down here to the box. I clicked on the color, and I'm going to do Control V, or just right click and paste. And notice it colored it all the background color that was behind websites. I don't want that. I don't want to lose my box. But now let me show you a neat thing I can do. Right above the color number is this drag bar, and it's how much color you're actually using. So as I start to pull this to the left, you'll see that the background starts to fade but stay within the same shade of color. So I get a nice color here to represent the background. So I can do that and get a color. I'm going to show you another neat thing I can do here with it. I cleared that back out to make it clear. I'm going to go to the next box right here which says Gradient. Under Gradient, I can choose a starting color at the top, and then I can choose another color at the bottom, and it will fade slowly to that. So I'm putting my original color in again, and notice it defaulted to red as my second color. That's not at all what I wanted, but I'm going to click on that red for the second color and put my other color in, and now I'm going to pull this bar across and fade the bottom almost completely to white. And you can see as I did that, now the top is the original color and the bottom is a very light color, and that's a pretty nice effect. Now, I don't know that I like the color being quite that dark at the top, so I'm going back to my first color. I'm going to just reduce that color a little bit as well. And that's a pretty nice color that we see right here for the background. Now, my plan is to add a navigational menu at the right later on, but I don't have other pages now, so I'm really not ready to do that. And here I can also put social icons. I'm going to go ahead and just show you how I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do a lot of work with that today, but I'm going to go ahead and insert them in there. So over here on Elementor, if I pull down a little bit, you see there's a lot of other things over on the left that we haven't even seen yet. And when I get down a little bit further down here, you see one called Social Icons. And I'm just going to drag and drop into this section these social icons. Now this one had 1, 2, 3 of them. Over here on the left, I'm just going to add another one. I'm going to add Instagram. So down here where it says, it just defaulted to WordPress, but whenever I hover over that icon, I can go to the icon library, and they're all alphabetized. And so right up here, I find Instagram. I'm going to click that one, and I'm going to insert it. Notice that it has appeared there. And in fact, I want it up by Facebook, like that. So now I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. If you wanted to add another, you can add another one to that. Let's put Pinterest in. Pinterest is a nice social media place, nice way to organize videos like we have here into boards. We can put all of these instructional videos into a board. So I'm going to insert that, and I think I'm going to stop right there. So that gets my social media icons inserted, and I want to just show you what I can do with those. I can control their size. I'm on style, but I can make them bigger, smaller, whatever I like. I'm making those 20 right now. Also under advanced, I can add a top margin. I'm going to unlock these so it doesn't go all the margins. And as I start to make a top margin, I can move these down within the column itself. So you can see I've inserted the social media icons. So I basically have created my header at this point without the nav menu that I'll come back and do at a later time. I'm going to publish it. Remember, what this is going to do is put this at the top of each of my pages. And it'll automatically do that unless I exclude one, and I have a way of doing that if I need to do that. It's been published, so I'm going to exit all the way back out there to dashboard. And what you see right here is, now I don't want to forget this down below. Now I created it and gave it a name, but down below I need to specify that this is a header, so that WordPress knows what to put it on. And right now, what am I going to display it on? Well, right now, I want to display this on all pages. So right now, this will be displayed on all pages. You notice there are rules that we can add, excluding certain pages, all of those kind of things, but we don't have to do that. This user role, don't worry about that right now. And so what we want to do is make sure that happens. So let's go ahead and update right here just to connect our header. So I'm updating the page. And that's all nice and updated. Let's go take a look at our website now and see what we have by visiting the website. And when we visit our website, we now see that at the top of our page is this header. But for now, we're going to leave this like it is. We'll look at it compared to some of the rest of our website later on. So at this point, we're going to go back to the dashboard, and we're going to stop at this point having created our custom header for today. Again, if you haven't done so, I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification icon, and you'll be notified every time I create a new video. Also, I hope that you will check into my website, Websites in 10, that you're watching being created right in front of you. And if you still need hosting, do me a favor, click on the link in my description and go look at my favorite host and the one I use for all of my websites. And if you get hosting through that, I'll get a commission, you'll get a good deal, and it won't cost you any more. Appreciate your support and appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.